subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Notification bell and thumbs up. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Please subscribe.
Thank you for sharing me. Thank you for sharing me. Thank you for sharing me. For sharing me. For sharing me. For sharing me. Thank you for so much.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to MTGV Crime Podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about Jovantee Brice. I literally just found out about this case when I was looking on Facebook. I was looking on Facebook and came across this. And it's crazy because this has been happening a whole lot. This dude unalived his own mother. And he also unalived his cousin and a girlfriend. He was on his way to unalive another girlfriend before he was stopped. And so I just wanted to come in and go over this case with y'all because I'm still catching up on some information. Let me turn this music down a little bit. Welcome in, everybody. Please smack that thumbs up if you have not. And please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, and happy hump day, everybody. It's my favorite day to get busy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is who you're looking at. I actually went on his page, his Facebook page, and put up a few things just to see who we're dealing with here. Let me turn this down a little bit more so I don't feel like I'm yelling. And so yeah, here is a couple things that I put up off of his channel, and then I'm gonna read. Basically, I'm showing y'all what I seen. Now, I didn't see his page first, but I see that he went on his page talking crazy. And so here's the channel that his page on Facebook that I'm looking at right now. And he has 2 pages. I went through that as well. But here's a couple things that he posted. Since I can't catch you, I'm going to catch your brother. Okay, so he had plans to do more than just females. And so I don't know all the details of the case. So we going to find that out together. So I have seen that a Facebook group is who I ran across that actually posted this first. Well, their post is what I seen first. So this is coming out of Bradenton, Florida. A man went on a shooting spree in Manatee County on Monday night, unaliving 3 women, including his mother, cousin, and attempting to unalive 2 of his ex-girlfriends. Javontee Scooter is actually his other page that I seen on Facebook. And so they said, hold on, I'm still setting my phone up. Okay, so Jovantee Scooter Brice, 28, traveled to several different homes late Monday night to unalive various loved ones before he almost fled the state to unalive an ex-girlfriend that was in Georgia. Wow, he was really invested in this. So where the detectives actually tracked him down and unalived him in a shootout. So he is no longer with us, but it was a lot of devastation that he caused before they actually did that. And I don't know why. They actually did a press conference too. We're going to listen to that. So just before 9 p.m., Brice traveled. Hold on a second. Please smack that thumbs up if you have not. Welcome to the channel. Please subscribe. Also, press that notification bell so you know every time I go live or post a video. Okay, so this dude, just before 9 p.m., Brice traveled to Palmetto Trace Apartments where his sister, an ex-girlfriend, as well as his mother of one of the children, as well as the mother of one of his children. Wow. So his mother was with these people. Let me read that again. Brice traveled to Palmetto Trace Apartments, where his sister and ex-girlfriend, as well as his mother and one of his children were. Once there, he threatened to unalive his ex-girlfriend. His sister was able to talk Brice out of unaliving the ex-girlfriend, and eventually he left. He left at 9:17 p.m. Brice went to a hotel at 660 67th Street Circle East in Bradenton, where his mother's boyfriend, and two of his young sisters were staying. He walked into the room and they were staying in, told his 48-year-old mother, "I'm sorry." To which she responds, "What did you do?" And then oh my God, he just point blank hit his mother, and he unalived her right there around 9:40. What? Okay, so I think I read the first part wrong. I'm going to read it again. 9 p.m., Brice traveled to the Palmetto Trace Apartments, where his sister and ex-girlfriend, as well as the mother of one of his children were. So his ex-girlfriend, a mother of his child, and sister is hanging around. His sister was able to convince him not to unalive anybody there. He left at 9:17 and went to where his mother was at 9:40 and unalived his own mother. What the heck was this about? Oh my God. I mean, I could not wrap my mind around this. Shout out to James Money. Welcome in. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is hard for me to wrap my mind around because who does this? But the last Brice that I talked about, Brice Rhodes, he was out of his mind too. And that case was an older case, but it just went to trial and all of that stuff. So let's get into it. It says Brice, out of the killings, the ex-girlfriend and the sister talked him out of it, and eventually he left. Okay. So he arrives at his mother and just do that to his mother? Like, he caught her totally off guard. For them to say, he walked into the room they were staying in and told his 48-year-old mother, "I'm sorry." To which she responds, "What did you do?" And he then just unalived his own mother right there. Wow. And then around 9:40, Brice went to the 900 block of 26th Street. So, I mean, I'm really confused because there was a lot of other people in that room besides his mother. It wasn't just his mother in that room. What? Again, it was his mother, his mother's boyfriend, his two young sisters were staying. They were staying, but I wonder if they were in the room. Yeah, I mean, okay. Again, this is my first time reading this. So, I mean, God, this is sick. And the other thing that kills me is how he's on his page talking about God on one of his pages. I go to one page, he's talking about God is with him and all this, but it kind of seemed like he has some evil things on his mind. So this is the page that is darker, right? So just 3 days ago, he posted that. I agree with Malcolm X. I will not turn the other cheek. Okay? These are his two pages that I was able to find on Facebook. So let me see. He posted, "Baby, I love you too. Kayla D. Blackman. Pig, I love you too, but you had to go." Wow. So I guess Kayla is the cousin that he unalived, or one of the women that he unalived. I don't know who is Kayla versus Pig. "I love you, Koya Brice. See you in hell." What? I love you, babe, Koya. Okay. So I'm assuming his mother is Koya Brice? What? And I'm gonna have to go. I didn't even have time to look at the page yet. This is insane, y'all. Make it make sense. Drop down in the comments and tell me what y'all think. Okay, so it says that Brice went. Hold on. So Brice went to the 900 block of 26th Street, Court East in Palmetto, where one of his cousins, a 29-year-old woman, had been at a cookout. She was getting into her vehicle to leave when Brice hit her. Wow. So he popped her. You know, Palmetto police attempted life-saving measures on the woman, but she died at about an hour at a local hospital. Brice then traveled to Bradenton at around 10:04 p.m. to the 4800 block of 51st East Street, where another of his ex-girlfriends lived with her new partner. There, he popped her and her partner. He unalived both of them. So that's 4 people. Is what I just read. His mother. Oh, well, his mother, the girlfriend, and okay. Wow. Okay. What was his problem? And it seemed to be with only women. This is the sucker stuff I'm talking about. But your own mother, though? Wow. 2 days ago, he said, when you have so many options, you choose the wrong option. I know you'll never leave me empty. Thank you, Lord. Never. Boy, bye. Get out of here. Then he's posting love, but you know this was after he did what he did. The only relationship I know I'll never lose is with the Lord. Well, you look like Satan's kid to me. This is wild. And I'm talking about his appearance changed drastically too to me. Like this dude, it appears that he used to run track at some point in life. He looked like 2 different people even there. It is something way off with this guy. And people had to know something was going on with him. Because look, I mean, you could just look at the pictures and see a drastic change. Let me finish reading this. So Brice then traveled and unalived his ex-girlfriend and her new partner. There, wow. After that, he went to the 51st Street of 51st Street East. He was then headed to Georgia, y'all, to unalive another girlfriend, but leading them to issue a statewide BOLO for his vehicle. Deputies with the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office near the Florida-Georgia state line located the car and stopped him. Brice immediately got out of his car and fired at the deputy. They returned fire, unaliving him around 1:30 a.m. And that is what stopped the spree. Now, I think I did. Like, this is so confusing. Let me play the video. Let's play the video and see what they're saying. Also, I'm gonna play the press conference, but I'm gonna just play the audio of the press conference.
Manatee deputies are investigating a triple homicide.
Deputies tell 10 Tampa Bay 3 women are dead and the man responsible is also dead. This all happening after investigators say he shot at deputies.
10 Tampa Bay reporter Andrea Lyon joining us live from that scene. And Andrea, deputies are telling you this is a multi-scene situation for them right now.
Yeah, good morning, Caitlin and Jameson. I'm actually still about 20 minutes away from that scene. It's a good a chunk of travel away from Tampa, about 45 minutes at least. But let's get to some video right away. Here's what we know right now. Deputies responded to the Motel 6 on 67th Avenue around 9:15 last night. When deputies arrived on the scene, that's when they found a 48-year-old woman dead, and witnesses at the scene told deputies the male suspect, Jovantee Brice, came to the motel and shot and killed his mother. Deputies are still working to figure out why, and deputies believe Jovantee then left. 25 minutes later, at 9:40, deputies were called to a deadly shooting on 26th Street Court East. There, deputies found another woman. She was 29, shot inside of an SUV. Deputies attempted life-saving measures there, but she died an hour later, around 10:50. And then witnesses identified Jovantee Brice as that shooter. Now, Jameson and Caitlin, while investigating those two cases, deputies
Welcome
received
in, everybody.
another call
Hey, Paul.
about another shooting in Bradenton. Deputies say the same suspect, Jovantee Brice, the man we've
Welcome
been
in,
talking about,
Christiana.
shot another female. She later died at the hospital as well. And when it comes to Brice, a bolo was then issued for his vehicle, and they were able to find him all the way up in Hamilton County. If you don't know where that is, that's near the state line. At 1:30 this morning, Brice was then shot and killed after he fired at Hamilton County deputies. And officials tell 10 Tampa Bay, Brice was traveling to Georgia with the intent to kill another person. He was stopped, obviously, before that. He was able to carry that out. But Caitlin and Jameson, all of this information still coming out, trying to figure out why, but all of it's on our 10 Tampa Bay app as well as online.
Manatee deputies are investigating a triple homicide.
Deputies tell 10 Tampa Bay 3 women are dead and the man responsible is...
I mean, nothing explains his actions. Why did he do it? Who knows? I mean, he obviously had a problem with women. To take his own mother out, that really blows me away that, hold on, y'all. And so what didn't make sense to me at first, but I had to look at it when I read that he went and unalived the ex-girlfriend and her new partner. And I'm sitting up there like, wait a minute, so that's 4. No, the partner was a woman. I mean, so they used the right words for that. I just didn't catch it at first. But we're going to listen at the press conference because I'm trying to find out what other information they know besides that. So let's see if I could find that. Wait, what? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the guy obviously has some major issues with women because that's the only thing that he took out. Talking out of both sides of his mouth, talking about the Lord and all of this kind of stuff, and then turn around and do something like this. So I definitely want to see what they're saying. So give me a second to find this press conference.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. For sharing. For sharing. For sharing me. Thank you for so much. Thank you for sharing.
Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Please subscribe and
Okay, so I got it right here. Let's see what they talking about.
A timeline of last night. Before I get started, I really want to show you
Hopefully y'all can hear it. I'm gonna turn the music off.
himself, the one that is responsible for 3 homicides in Manatee County last night. His name is Jovantee Brice. He is 28 years of age. He is the one that went on a killing spree last night in Manatee County. So we believe initially that this all started sometime before 9 o'clock when Mr. Brice traveled to the Palmetto Trace apartments in Palmetto, in the city of Palmetto. Inside one of those apartments was his sister and a mother of one of the many children.
Wow, that's what they saying. He was messing with his cousin. Nah, that's wild. You know what? I haven't seen what everybody is saying yet. I literally just looked at this, but I will be going to look at some of those comments to see what people are saying, and I'm gonna come back and report on this again. Thank you for coming in, Jay Tucker.
That Mr. Brice has. When he walked into the apartment, he looked at the ex-girlfriend and said, "I have to kill you." Somehow, the sister was able to talk him down and talk him out of him shooting this ex-girlfriend. She later told investigators that he was acting very strange, not really sure what was going on with him. At 9:17 p.m., we know that.
So the sister said he was acting very strange, not knowing what was going on with him. But for him to be talked out of the ex-girlfriend and then go take the mother, oh my God, like what?
He traveled to the Motel 6 in East Bradenton. Inside one of those rooms was his mother's boyfriend, and two young juvenile sisters.
Oh my
He
God.
walked into that hotel room, looked at the mother and said, "I'm sorry." She asked, "What did you do?" And he shoots her 3 times.
3 times.
Of the boyfriend
3 times, y'all. What?
and these 2 innocent young juveniles.
Then what?
He then travels into.
Okay, I mean, so he just went in there, unalived his mother, and turned around and left. I actually got a picture of him holding one of his little sisters. I mean, the kids are like single digit ages too. Like the picture that I seen him holding a kid, that kid looked to be very young, maybe 3 or 4. So I don't know if the mother had kids late or if she had adopted some kids or whatever, because she was 48 years old. But he did that in front of them, including her boyfriend, and just turn around and walk out the door and nobody do nothing. Well, I mean, he got a gun, so of course, people ain't gonna try to attack him. And then probably looking like, well, dang, if he do this to his own mother, I know he'd do it to me. But I'm just shocked that he would do this to his own mother and not unlike the boyfriend too. He went to the ex-girlfriend, took her and her partner, headed to another ex-girlfriend. What triggered this?
Palmetto to the 900 block of 26th Street East. One of his cousins was at a cookout at this residence. She's starting to get into her vehicle to leave. He then shoots her at that location. She later dies about an hour after this shooting at a local hospital. We then have him traveling into the city of Bradenton over the Green Bridge, and roughly 10:04 p.m., he travels to a location in the city of Bradenton, the 4800 block of 51st Street East. This is a residence where another ex-girlfriend lives and her now new partner. He does not shoot or kill the girlfriend, but he shoots and kills the new partner. So at this point, we now have 3 homicide scenes and also an ag assault scene at Palmetto Trace. Investigators are constantly getting information. We know right away that the suspect.
Wait a minute. I'm confused.
Bradenton, the 4800 block of 51st Street East. This is a residence where another ex-girlfriend lives and her now new partner. He does not shoot or kill the girlfriend, but he shoots and kills the new partner. So at this point, we now have.
Now, the first thing I read said he did unalive the ex and the partner. So, okay.
3 homicide scenes and also an ag assault scene at Palmetto Trace. Investigators are constantly getting information. We know right away that the suspect is Jovantee Brice. The family has been very cooperative. They tell us exactly what's going on. We find out that he possibly has another ex-girlfriend in the state of Georgia, and that he's now traveling to that state to kill her. Put out statewide bolo. Luckily, sheriff deputies with the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office spots the vehicle that Mr. Brice is driving. They stop him. He immediately gets out of the car and starts firing upon them. They return fire, shooting and killing him there in Hamilton County. And that's where everything ends. I can't really go into all the details. I have talked to Sheriff Reed out of Hamilton County to make sure those deputies are okay. They're fine. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement will be investigating that deputy-involved shooting there in Hamilton County. But that's what we know right now. We don't know motive. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't know what set this man off. We don't know why he chose to kill his loved ones. And we may never know, but we're going to continue to investigate. It's a very fluid and active investigation.
I mean, you always want to know why. Like, I mean, what triggered this? Did he have known mental issues? You know what I'm saying? Unmedicated. What triggered this? To go from writing poetry and talking about the Lord and all of this stuff. I mean, it makes no sense. Yes, I did see that he have kids because I actually I recorded some video and I'll play it later. It was 2 different little girls that was in the car with him at separate times, or it appeared to be separate. And so I don't know if he had 2 or 3 kids. But yeah, and little girls. One of the captions, something about he for his little sister, he was like he'll hurt something for her and all of this, but you took her mother, which is your mother. Make that make sense. It won't.
And we're trying to get all the answers to the questions that we all have.
And I wonder who was he talking about right here, because since I can't catch you, I'm gonna catch your brother. He ain't take not one man out. It was all women. So who was he talking about there, I wonder?
So that's where we're at right now. And I'll take any questions that you may have.
Sheriff, you spoke with some witnesses at the motel. They said that they estimated 20, 30 minutes for officials and police and EMTs to get there. Do you have an estimate of how long it actually took and why that was, and it did take so long?
No, I don't believe that's correct. We'll give you the arrival time of all the personnel involved. You know, the deputies were dispatched, and I don't know exactly when we got the call, about 9:17, but we'll get those times to you.
Sheriff, when you talk about his past state, just going through some.
If they took that long to get there, she definitely did not have a chance. But 3 times. And I'm sure he did this like right in her chest area. He was right in her face with it. Probably close range. And she was totally caught off guard.
Records, it looks like he had some running.
I'm going to give away.
Well, we don't need no commercials.
Looks like he had some run-ins with some mental health and even some injunctions just out of concern.
Yeah, I mean, I know that just based upon what we can read into now, he had some BOP warrants. He had a burglary with an assault. He had a domestic violence case with strangulation. As far as his mental state of being, I'm not really sure what kind of issues he may have dealt with in the past. We'll still be investigating all of that.
Can we talk about the last?
So the news person said that he has some mental issues are documented or known, but he's saying that they don't. But strangulation. So he was abusive anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's not totally out of the range of his regular activity. If he got all of these charges of violent acts and domestic violence.
What have you learned about his whereabouts, what he's been doing just in the last few days?
Yeah, we haven't really had time to find all that information out. I understand that really the people that are close to him that can give us that information are devastated right now. They're dealing with a mother of several children that is now deceased, a cousin. So they're going through a lot right now, and hopefully we're able to kind of interview them and get some more information on what he may have been going through the last few days prior to this tragic event.
Sheriff, you said the sister was able to talk about shooting the mother of his child at the first location. Can you give us any more detail about how that went down?
He just went in there to kill her for what reason we don't know. He asked if he could take a shower. She declined. She said no. But I don't know how she was able to talk him down. She seems to be the only one, at this point that was able to do that.
What?
And what kind of weapon did he have, and do we know where he got it?
How did he go from "can I take a shower" to going in there unaliving his ex?
It was a handgun. We don't know where he got it. It was a revolver. I think a 38 or something close to that. So that's we're assuming that's what he used to fire on the Hamilton County deputies as well.
And did they, did he fire back and none of them got struck?
No, they're fine. He initiated the fire. He came out of the car shooting at those deputies. And Tim, I can't get into everything because it's still being investigated by FDLE, how that goes. But they returned fire, from my understanding, after he fired on them.
I talked to several people who made 911 calls. Are you going to be releasing those calls?
Yeah, we'll be releasing everything as soon as we can.
Yeah, whenever they release them, we'll definitely be covering that.
He had his Facebook page. It seemed like on his Facebook page, he was kind of detailing what he was going to do. There were so many people who were trying to reach out to him. How important will that be in the investigation?
It'll be very important to maybe get some more information on what he was thinking at the time, why he was acting in this manner, and really what he seemed to have an agenda. He knew exactly who he wanted to kill, and he did not have a hard time locating them.
What sort of roadway that the Hamilton County deputy encountered him on? Was it highway or?
I'm not really sure. Not really sure.
Do we have an idea of the time difference between each shooting and how deputies could have responded, between each one?
Well, I can tell you that the first call in relation to the homicide at the Motel 6 came in at 9:17, right? So that's East Manatee County. That's by the interstate. We then got a call of the shooting in the city of Palmetto at 9:40 p.m. And then we got a call of the shooting in the city of Bradenton at 10:04 p.m.
I spoke to several people at the motel who were saying that they believed that the situation was regarding a custody battle. Do we know if he had custody of his kids or, any situation like that?
Yeah, I don't know how anyone, quite honestly, at that hotel could have any accurate information. Inside that room is his mother, his two sisters, and the mother's boyfriend. So none of the children that belong to him were in that room.
How many children does he have?
We believe 12. That's the number we have right now.
Was he by himself when he was going to come?
Wait, what's oh man, come on. Yeah, so they are like, how would they even know that information? Because it was only some young kids in there, but maybe he's telling the age of one of the kids that were in there. Let's see.
Children that belong to him were in that room.
How many children does he have?
We believe 12. That's the number we have right now.
Was he by himself when he was going to come?
I can't understand her question to be able to know what he's saying. Let me try to slow it down. I got it going faster.
The children that belong to him were in that room.
How many children does he have?
We believe 12.
How many children does he have is what she asked. 12? He said 12 kids. She asked him how many. Man, what? That's insane.
So none of the children that belong to him were in that room.
How many children does he have?
We believe 12.
Irresponsible as hell. 12 kids though. Like, come on, y'all.
Number we have right now.
How many baby mamas? I mean, was he gonna take them all out?
By himself he was going to Hamilton County?
He did have a female with her. She's being interviewed at this time. And she'll be interviewed by.
He had a female with him. Was he holding her hostage? See, it's so much to uncover with this case. I didn't even know it was a female in the car with him too, and definitely didn't know he had 12 kids.
Investigators as well. We don't know her relation to him at this
Allegedly.
point, but she was in the car with them when the shootout took place in Hamilton.
Wow.
How crucial was it to get to him before he made it to Georgia? I mean, not only to prevent any more killings, but how would that have complicated the process for you guys if you did make it across state lines?
Well, I mean, I think that the main focus for us is to save a life. If he would have ended up being arrested in Georgia, that's just, procedure. that would not have been an issue for us. Eventually, we would have gotten him back to Manatee County. The main thing is we were able to save that ex-girlfriend from being shot and killed. And I really want to praise those deputies from Hamilton County and Sheriff Reed for just really being on the lookout for this suspect and taking care of business.
In the midst of the three, though, when did you learn that it was the same person? In the midst of three incidents?
As we go to each individual scene, as people, investigators and officers get to the scene. So each scene, there were witnesses that gave us the name Jovantee Brice.
I can't help but notice it says slow cooker. He definitely was slow.
So I'm just trying to make sure, like, there was nothing else that could have been done in between either of them to get to him before the next.
No, we didn't know where he was at.
Did you know specifically where in Georgia he was headed?
I really don't know.
Do we know anything about his past? Like, where did he work?
It's still very fluid, y'all. I mean, we're working on. These detectives have been up all night. We got 3 different, crime scenes that we're processing. Luckily, we have the homicide task force. City of Bradenton is working with us. City of Palmetto. So, this is going to take a while because each scene has got to be processed. We got to be meticulous here.
Do you know if the woman was in the car with them for the first 4 incidences?
We believe so. We do believe so.
Dang. So she was with him the whole time.
Releasing her name?
Who is she?
Not this time.
That's wild. That remind me of another case. This guy went on a spree and had a female with him. As a matter of fact, it was his cousin's girlfriend that was with him through all of the stuff that he was doing. But that was only because he unalived his cousin right in front of her. Her and the cousin was arguing, and he ended up unaliving his cousin right in front of the girl, then took her with him and made her stay with him for days. I mean, out doing whatever. Like, I'm sure she was like his girlfriend while he had her there. And they never said who she was. And I don't think that trial was televised. I cannot think of that dude's name, but I got a playlist and I will link that in this video because I'm talking about it. Because it reminds me of him. I can't remember that boy's name. Something with a C, I think.
We got the names of the victims yet? I haven't seen any listed of it.
We will as soon as we are done with the families and make sure the family's okay with that. Once again, I just want to stress, this family is devastated.
Of course,
So,
man.
this is going to be a very difficult thing for them to overcome. So we're trying to give them that time that's necessary to process all of this information and work with us as closely as they can.
Just lastly, really quick, the Motel 6 area, is there usually a heavy deputy police presence there? Is that normally a sketchy area?
I mean, we don't have a lot of calls for service there. We have deputies in that area all the time as part of regular patrol. Yes, ma'am.
Do you know if his mother was living in the Motel 6 or trying to escape them?
We're not sure. We're not sure why they were living in that room, if they were just staying there temporarily, or if that's where they chose to live. We'll definitely
Wait, they was living there? What the heck is going on?
The family had any other
It sounds like
complaints about this suspect, like any other calls to police outside of this incident? Do you know of?
No, well, not that we know of. I think that there may have been a case with him in the city of Bradenton at one point, maybe a child custody neglect, something. But once again, we'll have to go back and research all of our calls for service to see if that was something in the past that we dealt with. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
okay. So I'm gonna assume these messages is for each woman that he unalived. Obviously, Koya Brice would be his mother because that's the only one that he took that was related to him. The other ones were the cousin, and then. So yeah, I don't know which is the cousin, which is the mother. Let me see if I can find the article if they are identifying who the women were at least. Like, who were they? What were their names? Like, I mean, they could have at least said that. I mean, I don't know how soon they should have known the names at least though. Why is it coming up Braden? Nobody trying to see that. So I'm gonna read the most updated article I could find. He had a history of domestic violence, is what I'm seeing here. So this article is actually, this is from 5 p.m., almost 6 p.m. yesterday. But authorities still have no explanation to why the 28-year-old Tampa man gunned down 3 women in Manatee County. Court records show the suspect had a history of domestic violence against women and had a prior risk protection order that barred him from having a firearm, which that didn't stop him from having one. So Brice was unalived in a shootout with the deputy, okay? And so now they do have names here now. So with deputy near Florida Georgia line on Tuesday afternoon, deputy said he killed his mother, 48-year-old. So that's not his mother's name. What is it? Taiti. Ooh, this name is different. I ain't never seen this name. Titanisha. Titanisha. It's spelled like, yeah, it's Titi. Titanisha Scott was his mother's name. Oh, so the cousin's name is Sequoia Starkaz Jonquilla. Oh my God, these names. So Koya would be the cousin. I love you, babe. Koya Brice, see you in hell. So was he really messing with his cousin? I mean, somebody in my comments said that they were saying that. And for him to say, I love you, babe, see you in hell. Very interesting. But I don't know, y'all. But definitely that was his cousin. Sequoia. It's spelled SacouyA. That is her. But her last name don't say Brice. So I mean, you could be anything you want to be on Facebook. That was her Facebook name. You could see that he tagged her too. And give me some time. I'm gonna investigate all this stuff later. But I just wanted to pop in and at least let y'all know about this, let you know I will be talking about this. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, tap in with me. And shout out to people listening in on Facebook. Come over to YouTube and subscribe to me over here. Dang, that's correct. Okay. So Florida Georgia line on Tuesday afternoon, deputy said he killed his mother, 48-year-old Tatanisha Scott, cousin, 29-year-old Sequoia Starkaz Jonquilla, and his ex-girlfriend's partner, Chanel Carter, 31, in 3 separate unalivings in just under an hour. He did all of this in less than an hour. I mean, I guess ain't nobody gonna stop you. You got a weapon in your hand. So wow, dude. So Pig must have been wait, let me see again. The names that he's saying on here is not Baby, I Love You Too. I don't know who Kyla is. But Pig, I'm assuming, is the partner of the girlfriend, maybe. I don't know. Brice previously faced charges of domestic violence by strangulation in September of 2023 in Manatee County, but the charges were later dropped. He also faced first-degree battery charges in Manatee County in August of 2022, where the adjudication was withheld by the judge. Court records list Brice as having a Tampa mailing address. And also, it says in August of 2022, a petition for a risk of protection order was served to Brice in Manatee County by the Bradenton Police Department. Officers said in the petition that Brice had used or threatened to use weapons against himself or others. So he didn't care about his own life. He definitely didn't care about his own. I mean, he definitely didn't care about nobody else's. So he was ordered to surrender all firearms and ammunition in his custody. So before he threatened to take himself out and others, he had weapons and he was okay with them to have them, I guess. So he was ordered to surrender all firearms and ammunition in his custody. Brice also not to have possession of any firearm ammunition while the order was in effect until August of 2023. So, when asked during a press conference about Brice's prior mental health concerns, Manatee County Sheriff Rick Wells, who that's the guy we were just listening to, said that he's not sure what kind of issues Brice dealt with in his past, but the agency will be investigating. We don't know motive. Okay, so we read that. They don't know motive. They don't know what set this man off. Well, we didn't read it, but we heard it. He said, we don't know why he chose to kill his loved ones. We may never know, but we're going to continue to investigate. Prior to the three shootings, Wells said that Brice went to the Palmetto Trace apartments to visit his sister and the mother of one of his 12 children. Wells said that Brice told his ex-girlfriend, I have to kill you. So we heard that too. Brice's sister was able to calm him down. Brice, yeah. Then it says he went to the hotel around 9:15, where Scott's boyfriend, and two children who were Brice's sisters were staying. Apologized before taking his own mother out. Hold on, let's see. So I'm gonna see if there's another article written prior to this one. I mean, after this one. Let's see. So nope, the latest information that I'm able to pull up is 22 hours ago, 16 hours ago, a day ago. So this stuff is old. So I'm going to be looking for new information, y'all. I'm going to get out of here. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Again, please subscribe to the channel so you know every time I go live, and look for me to cover this case. We definitely are on it. This is wild. I definitely want to know what's going on, and we'll follow this all the way through funeral arrangements and all of that stuff, because there will be no court unless the girl that was with him get charged with something. But it sounds like to me that she was a victim. She was possibly a victim. Also, if you have not checked out my
video, 2 years to the date. Alania Lenore has been missing since July 31st of 2022, and Stephen Oboite is one of the suspects who was last seen in the Peachtree Apartments with her. Alania's body still has not been found, but I am so happy. Stephen Oboite is the third suspect who's been arrested for the disappearance of Alania. And of course, he was breaking rules on a jet ski, speeding, suspected DUI, running from the cops. They hawked him down and they caught him and got him where he needs to be. It's been nearly 2 years.
Yes, I thought that was the one that didn't have sound. But thank y'all so much again for listening in. I will link that video below about Alania Lenore. And also the video I was talking about earlier about the other guy that I talked about leaving on a wild chase, taking everybody out, the person that was his father, he did some horrible things and had a female with him while he was doing that. I'll link that video also.
It's been
But
nearly 2 years.
until next time, y'all, I'm going to get up out of here. See y'all in the next video.